Welcome to the recession of 2025. You thought you were going to get a turkey because it was Thanksgiving. You thought you were going to get a headline on CNN. I thought I was going to get some presents from Santa Claus. But sometimes childhood dreams get crushed. I was watching a video last week about how the recession has started. I didn't realize that we're in some kind of Marvel movie saga. I didn't realize that someone had to tell me that finding a job, affording life. Thank you, YouTube. If it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't know these things. I would have no idea that this is going on. I think when I think about recessions, because I was too young to remember 2008, but definitely going to remember this one. I'm definitely going to remember the struggle. I always thought that it was going to be people on the streets, breadlines, chaos, people freaking out. Little did I know that it's just really some kind of silent Uber Eats. Everybody just does DoorDash, Uber Eats, and everything in between. That's kind of what a recession is people just doing gig work to not to survive, and then hope that the money they have at the end of their 12-hour shift is enough for rent and food. That's what a recession is. It's not this 1930s style, we're all in shanty towns, because I think the rules have changed. The rules have changed. I think that we are living in a historical moment, a chapter in history like Herbert Hoover or Franklin Delano, FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Man's name is way too long for me to say. I always thought that it would be obvious, like, oh yeah, we're here, it's happening. But it's been this slow unwinding, this slow thing that, the pandemic happened, and then just a series of terrible decisions. I'm going to be honest, from Trump, Biden, whoever. You know what? At this point, I might even blame the CEO of Apple, Tim Cook, for my problems. Don't know what he has to do with anything, but he seems like a rich guy that I'm going to blame. But it just seems like a series of terrible decisions that kind of got us here. Whether it be, okay, we're going to leave interest rates too low, we're going to make interest rates too high, we're just going to, just like recently, we're going to shut down the government, we're going to reopen the government, but we're going to be in the same exact spot we were 3 months from now in January, or 2 months now, but we're going to be in the same exact spot we were in January, but at least we pushed it back farther. I guess the American dream, the American way is, if we have a problem now, we can deal with it tomorrow. I think for me, trying to start my career, I should have been an accountant. This is my confession. I should have been an accountant. I had it all. I had the internship, I had the education. All I had to do was pass the CPA, just go to weekly therapy because of the depression I would have because of accounting. I should have done that. I should have completely gone that route. Now at 25, going on to 26, I am in the great field of computer science and software engineering, where all these firms are just hiring, man. It's just a job. It's job city up in here. You get a job, you get a job, you get a job, you get a job. Man, I didn't even ask to be on the Oprah show, but I somehow got a ticket anyways. Recession, economic downturn, whatever you want to call it. I've been talking about this on the channel over the last year. I've been talking about this over and over and over. So this isn't some random, you've never said this, where is this coming from? No, this is something I talk about a lot. Actually, if anything, this is what I talk about. These are my intrusive thoughts. You guys are just peeking into my soul by hearing my intrusive thoughts. With this recession, or whatever period we're going through, I think that it's happening in real time. It's not like we woke up one day and, oh, everyone's broke. First of all, we printed trillions and trillions of dollars, injected into the economy, gave rich people, I don't know why giving rich people, it's kind of like giving a fat person more food. Like, what problem are you trying to, oh, well, the fat will trickle down to the skinny people. That's not how fat works. But yeah, just giving rich people a bunch of money Why? Because they're all friends with all the people who are in politics. And we just think that somehow we're just going to get fixed. We're just going to fix things. Like, this is just, some magic wand where things just happen. But that it could not be farther from the truth. And now we're here. It's not like, oh man, where did this come from? What's going on? No, the stock market and the economy have been divorced from each other for so long. For so long. So just because some dude on Wall Street is making millions and millions and millions of dollars, that doesn't mean that your local mom and pop shop, your local mom and pop hardware, I don't even know if hardware shops are, I feel like it's Ace and Lowe's and Home Depot. But yeah, your local small business, because I still miss Picasso's, yo. I still miss Sprinkles ice cream. Those are not coming back. I think that with this new era where it's going to be a lot of large corporations, it's going to be just a few people on top. I mean, our media already works like that. And most food products you buy in the grocery store work like that. I think that as we enter this era where it's kind of a few large players and we're all just peasants, serfs to these large corporations, I think it marks a new age, a new period where I don't think it's modern. I don't think we're in modern times anymore. I think this recession, because I can't speak English, this recession of 2025, I think it might be one of the points that historians will look at it. Hey, this is when things started to change. This is when the rules were being rewritten. Because I look at what's going on, it doesn't make sense. It legitimately just doesn't make sense to me. Because tell me why I'm in my 8th once in a lifetime recession. Because at this point, it sounds more like a feature and not a bug. So these recessions that are once in a lifetime, oh my gosh, they never happen, seem to happen every 8 to 12 years. If anything, if I calculated correctly, that sounds like every 6 or 7 times within our lifetime, we're going to have one of these once in a lifetime events. Oh my God, it only happens once. And at that point, it's just a broken system. And we're all going to have to survive through it. I might be stuck in this extra room. I might be stuck in this extra room a whole lot longer than I would like to. But I can't control, if a baby boomer wants to just give out loans to people for whatever reason their rationale is, I can't do anything about it. I can just live my life and keep going. Thanks for watching this video. If you liked, please like and subscribe. My socials will be linked down below and at the end of this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you soon.